are we suing this week?
Pleasure to be with you, John and Rita.
Randy, it's always good to be with you. And I understand you're in charge of helping New Yorkers not suffer from congestion pricing.
And by the way, everybody, of course, top trial attorney Randy Mastro, and you're working with New Jersey on this big issue that affects so many people.
If it's Randy Mastro, the defendant's in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Randy's one of the best, by far.
Well, what can I say? I can't disagree with you. But yes, I've got the honor of representing the state of New Jersey, where I was born and raised, representing the governor's office and the state in litigation over New York's misguided congestion pricing scheme.
Right.
And the first lawsuit we have brought, all options are on the table, but this first lawsuit is about environmental issues, about the failure of the federal government in approving New York's scheme to have done a full environmental impact statement. They did a truncated review and found somehow that congestion pricing would have no significant environmental impacts, even though it will so dramatically alter the lives of commuters from New Jersey and around the New York metropolitan area, and really change their lives and impose one of the most regressive taxes imaginable.
At a time where we can't handle it, Randy. I mean, that's the thing, too. At a time where New Jersey, New York, we can't handle it. We're already overtaxed.
Well, this is a time when we should be finding solutions together and not acting, as if we're our own island and can ignore our neighbors. That's the problem here, that New York is pushing a plan that the federal government has now endorsed in terms of the environmental review. It can be truncated. You don't have to do a full environmental review, even though the impacts of this plan are not just on Manhattan. They are on all the surrounding areas of the New York metropolitan area, and in New Jersey in particular, 400,000 commuters a day, and traffic being rerouted where more people will be going through areas of New Jersey that already have among the highest levels of air toxins of anywhere in the country, but no mitigation for New Jersey, no consideration of New Jersey as a special interested stakeholder, no analysis of all sorts of different scenarios that the MTA is considering. They're considering 7 different scenarios. Maybe they'll end up with an 8th. How can each of those be considered to neutral and not have different environmental impacts?
Randy,
I've never seen an environmental review like this. It's crazy.
Randy, it's Richard Weinberg. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, Richard, hi. Nice to talk to you.
You too.
Counselor, and Your Honor.
And fellow colleague from City Hall. Randy, so what relief are you asking for in this first lawsuit? What are you trying to get?
Well, we're asking the judge to order the Federal Highway Administration, working in conjunction with local New York authorities, to do a full environmental impact statement and fully consider the ramifications for the entire metropolitan area, in particular, the ramifications for New Jersey, where the environmental impacts will be severe. Richard, I'll give you one example. The environmental impact statement here, it wasn't done. They did just an environmental assessment and a finding of no environmental impact. They're supposed to consider mitigation measures. The Bronx is going to get $130 million for mitigation, as it should, because it has some of the highest asthma rates in the country. But Bergen County, New Jersey, also has some of the highest asthma rates in every category.
Yeah, but Randy, you're talking about money. Who gives a damn about the money? They're putting another nail in the coffin for New York City, for Manhattan.
Well, John, you're cutting right to the core of the issue as to whether this is good policy. In this first lawsuit, and again, all options are on the table, but in this lawsuit, it's about the failure to do a proper environmental impact review. And that's something you have to do. It takes time, but you have to do it right, and you have to take into account fairly the impacts on the entire surrounding area, not just in Manhattan or New York City.
Yeah.
But John, more fundamentally, as a policy matter, I didn't like this when the Mayor Bloomberg proposed it. I don't like it today. It's not the way New York should be solving
Does
its budget
Vito
problems with
Fossella-
the MTA.
Does Vito Fossella from the borough president of Staten Island, he's suing too? Is that a different lawsuit?
The borough president of Staten Island is also considering his options. It's not the same lawsuit or maybe the same claims that New Jersey would bring, because New Jersey has unique claims, John, that it was basically cut out of this process. It's an interested stakeholder that wasn't given the priority at inception of the planning process to be at the table, and that's fundamentally, illegal that they were cut out of the process.
Although
But they
Staten
also weren't
Island
included.
sounded like it was too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Vito.
Vito Fossella, may have his own claim for Staten Island in the same way.
Yeah, but I don't want claims. I don't want money. I want to kill it because it's
Oh,
going
no,
to kill
John.
New York.
Yeah, absolutely.
John, this isn't about money. This is about forcing government to do it right or not being able to do it.
Yes.
So this will stop if our lawsuit is successful, because Governor Murphy has had the courage to step up to the plate and say, this isn't right what's happening in my state, and it's not right what's happening in the New York metropolitan area. So even though I have friends in Washington and New York, this is not the way you treat your neighbor, and we have to get this right legally. So you have to stop. You have to stop congestion pricing until you do it right. And New York is not doing it right.